I got to turn the music down. Hello, everybody. How is it going today? It's Friday. We are back. Another show. Master Your Marketing with Melanie, me, myself, this person right here. How's everybody doing? I gotta start off to say one thing and one thing really fast, and that is this was like the longest week ever. I don't know why. I don't know. Somebody's gonna post that it's like Mercury's in retrograde or something, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this has been the longest week. I mean, I remember it was like Tuesday morning, and I was like, "How is it only Tuesday morning?" And then I woke up like in the middle of the night that night, so like Wednesday morning, and I was like, I was just like thinking, my mind was going crazy, and I was like, blah, 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 Thursday. And then I was like, no, it's only Wednesday. And I feel like that has been me every hour on the hour every day this week. So I have never been happier to see Friday make it and get here. We are here. It is Friday, y'all. It's Friday. So super excited, super happy to see you guys here. We got all kinds of people here hanging out with us. We got Steve Erie is here. Data is King is back, of course. It's always great to see you guys. Typical Tyreek is here. Very, very, very good to see you here live with us today. Amber says, "Hi, Mel. How are you?" Well, everything I just described should say how I am. I'm ready for Friday. That is for sure. I've got a very busy day, a lot going on this week. But today and right now, we are going to talk about, we're going to get strategic today. So those of you that are just kind of hanging out, maybe you're new to me. My name is Melanie Dyann Howe. I am a live streaming mentor here for the StreamYard channel. I absolutely love live streaming. I'm a huge evangelist for it. I love the platform. And so I'm one of the content contributors and partners here at StreamYard. And I love to come on here and help you all do more with yourselves and your marketing and the things. So this new show is called Master Your Marketing with Melanie, and I am your host. And so this is an every other week kind of show. So a couple weeks ago, we kind of launched this show and we talked about all the things you need to be doing outside of your live streams, right? I basically said live streaming is not enough because it's not. There are so many other things. There are strategies to be thinking about. We talked about how you need to have a website. Maybe you should consider other formats of media, blah, blah, blah. If you missed the show, go check the replay out. It's definitely available up on the YouTube channel, as well as if you want to scroll up and find it in the Facebooks, you can find it, but it's a lot easier just to go over to YouTube and find it over there. So we are multi-streaming. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, YouTube as well. So great to see y'all. Super fun to be here back with everybody. And so I mentioned last week that on this show today, last week, 2 weeks ago, that we were going to be having a strategic conversation. So that's what this show is about. This show is about, I mean, we're going to talk about live video. I mean, come on. We're going to talk a lot about live video on this show, but we're also going to be talking about more than just going live. Like, it's more than just clicking go live. There's so many things that can support whatever it is you're trying to do and you meet your goals. And so today we're going to get a little strategic. I want to talk to you about what I always like to call the customer journey. Now, when I say customer, some of you might be like, well, I don't have customers. I have a channel and I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, or I'm just out here creating content. That's fine. I want you to consider this also like the audience journey. Okay. So I'm going to continue to refer to it as the customer journey, but I definitely want you all, depending on whether you have customers or not, it's the people, right? The people journey, your people, whoever you are. So definitely want to do that. Winged Horse Design says, yes, it's been a really long week. Now I start my weekend off right. Fantastic. Well, super glad that you're here to kick it off, for sure. So, the KMH family is back. Great to see you. Oh, she says, hey, Mel, hope all is well. Beautiful. Go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So we are definitely excited to do this. So I want to check in on the comments really quick. I definitely want you to ask questions as we go related to today's topic, which again is going to be about you understanding your journey. I might just get all cheeky and pull up a PowerPoint slide or two too. So watch out, right? You better watch it. So what do I mean by the customer journey? So I definitely want to point that out. What I mean by the customer journey is it's essentially the process people go through to become a customer. And you can look at it this way. Think of them as becoming somebody who's going to buy your products, subscribe to something, invest in you, join you, whatever that kind of call to action may be down the road that you're looking for. So that's kind of what I mean when I say that. So there are different phases of this journey. And so I'm going to talk to you about these phases, but the reason why this is important and the reason why I want you to kind of be thinking about this and paying attention is because your content, okay, when I say content, your live streams, your podcast episodes, your videos that you're creating, your blog posts, whatever, your content needs to align with the people that are on this journey with you, and your content is going to help move them along the journey. And this is going to make more sense as we kind of jump in and keep going here. So, okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, that's definitely spam that we're going to go ahead and just get rid of. Yeah, we're going to delete that too. I do love how inside of the studio, StreamYard studio, you can monitor and delete comments. You can block people. And yeah, we got a little, somebody got a little spammy on us. And so I took care of that. So that's what that was. Okay. So let me, I'm going to pull something up here. Let me get this. Whoa. My stuff's going crazy over here. I'm going to pull up a slide because I think it's a good visual. And I really think that it will help me kind of make this a little bit less boring than just my face on the screen. So let me share my screen. There we go. All right. So here we have I'm calling this the customer journey. And so we are going to, I'm going to go through these phases. So do you guys remember, by the way, hold on. We talked about Main Street. We talked about the shop, right? So if you have a shop, whatever you want to do, I may use that metaphor today, like I did last time, but think about your business. Think about your channel. What is it about? What's the goal? What are you trying to accomplish? And so that's what I want you to be thinking about as we go through this. So let me pull this back up. All right, I'm going to pull up big screen style with me in the corner, picture in picture. So, okay, here we go. Click and advance slide. The first phase that happens in this journey is discovery. And what does discovery mean? Discovery is they literally discover you. So they found you. Now, this is going to happen in a multitude of ways. It's going to happen either through literally just organic search. They were searching for something and your video showed up and there it is. And they had never heard of you in their lives, right? It could also happen because maybe you were a guest in somebody else's show. And so that's how they discovered you. But really discovery is their initial contact with you. Okay. So now it could also even be physically. So we talked about the house on Main Street. It could literally be them walking down Main Street and seeing the sign out front of your store. And they're like, oh, sweet. I didn't know that shop was here. And that's literally their moment of discovery. So there is a discovery phase. Now, the next phase, should they choose to keep going, is research. And the reason why I say should they choose to keep going. So literally each one of these phases is 100% an option, right? Bowling with the Fef. I'm sorry, I had to say this. He's like, bowlers, discover me, please. There you go. Any of the bowlers in the channel watching right now, there you go. Go hang out with Bowling with the Fef. Now, what did I just do? I may have just pointed that out to y'all, and maybe now you discovered Bowling with the Fef. But you see Bowling with the Fef. I'm going to pick on you now. You see Bowling with the Fef. There's a few things you see that is going to trigger whether or not you decide to go into the next phase. Every single one of these has that. There's an option to keep going, to check out, or to stay in the phase that they're in. Okay. So some people may just discover you and they may never go any further. However, some are going to be like, I want to learn more about that. What's that Bowling with the Fef about? So then what are they going to do? They're going to research you. We talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago because we talked about there's a reason why many of us need to have a website. Many people are going to learn about you or hear about you or meet you at an event, and they're going to want to go stalk you and research you. How are they going to do that? Well, they might look at social media, but they're probably going to want to go look at your website. And so that's how people are going to do their research. So this research phase includes them doing a little stalking. Think about your own behaviors. Think about how you all behave when you learn about a new business or something or anything at all. You're going to go stalk it out a little bit. You're going to do you're going to check it out. Check out the about page. What do they do? Do they have products? Do they sell? What's their price point? What are the, like a restaurant. You find out about a restaurant. You're not just going to walk into that restaurant and go in blindly, not knowing what kind of food they serve or what their price points are. You're definitely going to do some research before you decide whether or not it's even an option for you, right? So with that being said, if that research turns into interest and intrigue, then they're going to continue to graduate to another phase, and that is opportunity. And what does opportunity mean? Opportunity simply means they have a decision that's being presented to them, a decision of whether or not they are going to take it to the next level. Like, for example, let's use the restaurant. If they learn that, oh my gosh, this is a Mexican restaurant. Fantastic. I love Mexican food. Check that off the list. Oh, it's very reasonably priced. Fantastic. Oh, and they also serve craft cocktails. All three things I love. I think I am absolutely going to go check this place out. Now there's going to be some decision criteria that happen, right? They need to go find someone that goes with them. Maybe they need to see if the reservation fits and all the things. Is it close enough to drive to? Whatever. They're being presented with decision criteria at this point. And if they decide that you are the right fit for them, like absolutely yes, then they are going to get to a place where there's going to be a transaction. Now, these words aren't very sexy. They're not very sexy, but I hope you get the point. The transaction is they have decided to take it to the next level. They have decided to subscribe. They've joined your little membership. They have walked into the restaurant. They are going to buy food and give you money. They are going to give you money. They've decided, if you're an online course provider, if you're a coach, they have decided, I want to get into business with this person. And so the point of this is the transaction is where the conversion is. This is when they become a customer. If you are a nonprofit, this is when someone becomes a donor, or someone has decided, I'm going to be a volunteer for this nonprofit. Are y'all getting kind of what I'm saying here? Are you understanding? So for me, what's the transaction look like in your world? I would love to see that in the comments. Tell me in the comments, what is the transaction for you? Now, there's multiple transactions. There could be multiple transactions. Tell me what it is. So Bowling with the Fef for you specifically, I would like to know, what's the transaction in your world? Are you selling bowling balls? Do you have a membership? Do you have a community you want them to join? What does this transaction look like? Okay. Now remember, not all transactions mean money, but we want them to. We want them to eventually get there. So there are layers of transactions. Okay. So Church of One Body Christ says subscribers. So that's the transaction that they're thinking of. Now, Church of One Body of Christ, is this your channel? Do you have a physical church? Do you want subscribers to become donors? Do you want subscribers to come to church? Do you want them to do another action, right? Be thinking about that too. Because subscribers, in my opinion, would be your top tier of transaction, in my opinion, right? That's your top tier of a transaction. Now, it can feel different because we're talking about, streaming content and being online and all the things like that, but you kind of get it, right? Okay, so here we go. Alistair says, attending a webinar than booking me to run an event. Okay. So I think that the webinar is the opportunity. All right. So I think the webinar is the opportunity because they have signed now, unless it's a paid webinar. But the whole point is they discovered you, right? They researched you. Maybe they downloaded a lead magnet. Maybe you had an online lead magnet. They took that. The next step is, hey, I want you to sign up for my webinar. That is the opportunity. Them coming to the webinar is the presentation of the opportunity. If you are in a business where you might write up proposals, if you're a marketing agency and you write creative briefs and then you give them a quote, this is the opportunity phase. If you are an interior designer, the opportunity phase is you actually get to go meet with them and you are presenting them with a quote that they have a decision to make, right? So to me, the webinars, you're educating them, right? So they're learning, but then at the end of that webinar, you're going to present them with an opportunity to invest and have you basically they become a customer, right? So that's how, so Alistair, you're there, but the webinar is the opportunity, the event, them booking you is the transaction, right? So that's the transaction. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. So Kathy says for her, the transaction is when I'm able to fill a skincare need with a client in a customized way. Perfect. That's a good one. Let's see. So Bowling with the Fef says, at this point, just subscribers, right? So that's okay. So actually, many of you are in different seasons. Some of you have channels to support existing businesses. Others of you have channels and you kind of hope to, build it into something. Maybe you're planning to create some sort of online experience or products or anything else, right? So for that, if that is the case, if you were in that season, then yes, you would be like Bowling with the Fef, where your transaction is that you want them to be a subscriber. You want them to be a returning person. And that is the key there, right? That they are a subscriber. They've made a decision to join you in some way, right? So your version of them being a customer is them being a subscriber. So for sure. Same Petty Talks TV, same thing. So a lot of people are kind of in that subscribe to my email list. Vicky says subscribe to my email list or buy my art. So to me, subscribing to your email list, absolutely. Then they're going to be presented somewhere, somehow with an option to buy, right? So absolutely, those kind of go together for sure. Let's see. Lisa says, join my Facebook group. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So, improving their skills. Day Davis King, the Bomb Party says, booking an event, party, workshop, or buying a ticket to one of our public events. Yes. So those are all eventually customer oriented transactions. So I love it. So, okay. We've got a follow up from the Church of One Body of Christ. He says, or she, whoever you are, then they come to church. We have a physical building. Okay. So to me, yes, subscribing to the channel is that top tier of transaction, but there's an additional opportunity that you're going to present them with. So they may discover you and subscribe to your channel, but have you actually invited them to come to church? That's the opportunity you're proposing. Now, granted, we all know, invitation to church is sort of doesn't need to be said, right? Like we're all supposed to be invited and it's a welcome and all the things. I guess not all churches are that way, but in general, right? We're not going to turn this into that kind of discussion. We're going to backpedal from that. Okay. But my point is that have you really truly presented them with the opportunity to come into the church, to come to the building, right? And then again, as a church person, as a church goer, there is still another transaction. There's a transaction of, volunteering, donating, investing in the church, taking action with their faith, right? Those are other additional opportunities and transactions that are going to happen. So again, the whole point, absolutely. The whole point here is I hope you all are kind of like, okay, how does this apply to me? How does this apply to me? So Lisa took it one step further, buy my online course again. So I agree. So there you go. So you've got a stair step here of transactions that are happening. So I love this. Okay, very good. It looks like this is resonating. So here we go. The next step after a transaction, because it's not over, there's another phase in the customer journey. There is another phase. The next phase is, again, optional, and that is advocacy. So again, people discover you, they learned about you, there are lots of different ways, through organic search or because somebody referred you to them, because somebody shared your stuff and somebody said, oh, that's really cool, I'm all about that. Another way you discover people is exactly what we're doing here. Networking in comments. Many of you are seeing each other's stuff and you're like, interesting. What's going on here? Right. And so that's happening there as well. Research. Once you discover somebody, you're going to go check them out. Like, what do they do? What are they about? Then there's going to be an optional opportunity presented at some point, whether it be to go further. All right, we got some spammers. Hang on. Got to get rid of these spammers. They're coming in waves. So thank you, Creator Classroom. Appreciate it. So literally all these things happen in a way where there's always again, moving through the phases is not guaranteed. Okay. So they research you. They're either going to say they're not for me and they're done, or they're going to keep going. And eventually you're going to present them somehow, some way with an opportunity. You're going to ask them to subscribe to your channel, to join your Facebook group, to, hey, I've got this webinar coming up in 2 weeks. There's a link to sign up in the comments. Hey, by the way, if any of this isn't intriguing to you, I have a few slots available for coaching calls next month, right? You're eventually going to present them with something, whether it be in an email that you send because they joined your email list, whether it be a button on your website, whether it be you and your content, right? Or whether it be one-on-one conversations that start to happen because they booked a call with you, right? And then you get to present them with a proposal that they are then going to make a decision. They're going to become a customer. And if they become a customer and they love you, or they become a subscriber and they love you, and they are just like, this is a game changer. This has been fantastic. And they want to share it with people. They're going to become an advocate. An advocate is somebody who essentially goes out and markets for you. They literally are like, oh my gosh, this was so helpful. I went to this thing. You have got to go check it out. It is super fantastic. I wanted to share it with y'all. Oh my gosh, this Bobbi Brown lip gloss is the best lip gloss ever because I put it on once and it stays on all day and I absolutely love it. This is my favorite lip gloss ever. That's advocating, right? So you are referring people because you're just celebrating what you got. You are literally just genuinely in love with something and you are celebrating it. You're sharing about it. And so when people advocate for you, you have hit the sweet spot. You have hit the sweet spot. And that is essentially, if you were to look at these phases, many times, those of you that study marketing or sales and business, they typically are drawn in a funnel. Now, I didn't really take the time to get all hootenanny about the funnel today. I have definitely done it that way. But by the way, I need to get a whiteboard. I need to get a whiteboard that I can show and draw on because I'm a very much like to do it that way. But the reason why it's drawn in a funnel is because the discovery phase, there's more people, the most people in your world will discover you. There will be a larger quantity of people that discover you. There will be a lesser quantity of people that go to the research phase because some people are going to discover you and be like, nope, that person's not for me. That topic's not for me. I don't really have any interest in that. Then there's going to be a bunch of people that do. And then people are going to research you. Same thing. Some people are going to research you and be like, too expensive, or not my style, or too far away, or just I don't like the way that they sound when they speak on camera. Whatever, it happens. So then some people are going to exit your funnel. Some people are going to go to the opportunity phase, and the same thing, and so on, and so on, and so on. And so the advocacy is the bottom of that funnel. Those people, those advocates actually are going to put people directly into the top of your funnel, right? Because they're going to share. They're going to say, this was so awesome. I loved it. They post pictures. And then somebody's going to say, well, I want to learn about that lip gloss. And then they go click on it and they go to start doing research about the lip gloss and they figure out how much money it is. And they decide if they want to buy it or not. Right. So that's what that's all about. So these are the 5 phases. Again, these are the 5 phases in the customer journey. And next we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about what this means and why it's important for you to sort of understand this, because your content needs to align with these phases, right? So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to talk about next. Okay, let me check in on the comments. I saw something funny with Creator Classroom. I don't like her hair. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I get that. I definitely get that. Doug from SmackDown Outdoors says, advocates are tough to come by. Keeping them is even tougher. Absolutely. How do you keep those advocates advocating for you? How do you nurture them? And that's exactly what we're about to talk about. We are definitely going to be talking about that. Okay, let me look here. I'm just checking in on comments. I want to make sure I don't miss any really good questions or just things, right, that need to figure out. Okay, let's see. Okay, I like this. DEM beats production. I think that you find the need and deliver value if you can, and then follow up. Yes. So, okay, find the need, deliver value. Yes. Right? That's kind of what we're getting ready to talk about. So, 100% is you have to understand the needs and the wants of the people you are trying to serve. Okay. And so when we talk about these phases, getting them all the way, our ultimate goal is to get to the transaction, right? Of course, we want people to learn about us and discover us, but we're not doing this, we're not doing this for our, what's that phrase? We're not doing this for, I don't know. We're not doing this for our health. I think that's what people say. We're doing this because we have a goal. We either want to make a difference in the world and help other people, as many people as we can, or we also are trying to make money. Both of those go together, by the way, and it's okay because you can make a bigger impact on the world if you have money to expand your reach even further. So making money, even though we're supposed to say it's not about the money, it is about the money. Money is a part of it, but I know you may be are like, I'm not here just because I want to make a bunch of money. You're here because you want to make a difference. Well, you need money to make a difference. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Okay, so you definitely need money. Money is a part of all this. It always is. It should not be a bad word. Money should not be a bad word. It's okay to talk about the money. It's 100% okay. So the whole point is that you have to understand your audience. And what I say about this is that they're on a journey with you. So if you are brand new to creating content, then you need to understand that the majority of the people in your world are hanging out in this discovery phase right here, right? They are just discovering you. They are learning about you. But the whole point is that as people go through this journey with you, they discover you, they research you, eventually there's an opportunity, they make a decision. This is the only way that people make a transaction. Only way that people go here is they have to trust you. It's all about trust. So, how do you build trust in your content? You build trust by showing up as you, being authentically real. Whoa, my mouse is like going crazy. Showing up as you, being authentically real, and helping people. So sometimes people talk about the marketing strategy. I think that a lot of times that gets us, or content strategy, marketing strategy, right? Sometimes that can be a little bit hard to follow or a little bit hard to kind of digest. Why don't you make it simpler and let's call it a helping strategy? Because your content strategy 100% needs to be a helping strategy. And what do I mean by that? How can you help people? How can you educate them? How can you inspire them? How can you motivate them? Give them a reason to stick around. Give them a reason to come back. Why will people come back? Maybe it's just entertainment, but most of the time it's because they're learning something from you. They're getting something from you. So if you just show up all the time and you're only promoting yourself or selling or whatever, they don't even know you yet. Why would they buy from you, right? You have to build trust first. People have to go through that process of they got to decide whether they like you or not. Then they need to get to know you. And then when they trust you is when they will buy from you, right? So it was Kathy, I think earlier talking about skincare and custom skincare solutions. Some stranger on the street's not going to just all of a sudden say, yeah, let's hang out, talk about my skin and let you come sell me a bunch of stuff, right? No, there has to be a relationship that gets built. That relationship building process can be short or it can be really fast. And I will tell you that part of the situation when it comes to whether or not that's short or fast depends on your world and your market. And I'll give you an example of that in a minute. But the ultimate thing here is that you need to walk away with people buy from people they trust, right? They buy from people they trust. They subscribe from people they trust. And I know that sounds really weird because you're like, this is the internet. What do you mean they're not going to subscribe? Trust me, they don't even know me. Well, they trust something about you because they decided they want to stick around, right? But they are not going to, you know, invest in your services, buy your products, or donate to your cause if they don't trust you. And so you have to be able to be vulnerable and put yourself out there so that they can connect with you. And that's a huge piece of this. So that is 100%. Everybody needs to understand that. You have to understand that you have to understand that it's about that. So I will tell you, some of you have this process of like, know, and trust is short and quick and easy. Some of it is long, like long-term stuff. The best example I can give you is this guy right here. If this guy's got a problem, his little process of like, know, and trust, or I guess really his wife in the background because she's already on the phone. What do you think that process looks like? What do you think that discovery, research, opportunity, customer, transaction, advocacy looks like? How fast do you think that is? You think that he's going to hang out and take his time and, interview a bunch of plumbers and all that stuff? No, 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 no. they're going to get on their phone. They're going to go to their Google. They're going to type in plumber. They're going to type in plumber. And then they're going to literally be like, who's the top of the list that has enough stars? Who have I maybe heard of before? And they're going to call. That's how fast that decision is. And then they're going to call. And if they answer and it's okay and the price is okay, they're going to bring that person out. That process is a matter of minutes to a matter of a short number of hours. And that is because this is a volatile situation. It's kind of an emergency. It's an area where not everybody can really solve this themselves. And there's a sense of urgency. So those types of situations, the process is quick. So what does that mean? What that means is if I'm a plumber, what does that mean about my information? It means that I need to make sure I am showing up when those people are typing in search for plumber. I need to make sure that I have good customer reviews. I need to make sure that my website shows exactly what I do, how I do it. In fact, I might even want to make sure that in every way possible, it is very easy for them to click all over, no matter where they're on the website, to call me, right? And then you need to make sure the other thing is that customer experience, when that phone gets answered, when that receptionist answers that phone, or whoever answers the phone, it might even be the plumber, him or herself, that is the opportunity point. Now you have the opportunity, because at that point they are going to make a decision. So you need to make sure you have a really easy, succinct way of, creating trust on the phone. You have a super fast moment right there to create that trust. And that experience on the phone is going to make their decision about whether they're going to say, come on out, or they're going to call the next plumber in line on the list. So the reason I'm using this example is because when you know your journey, you know your customer's journey, you know what they're going through, you understand what's happening, you understand what's important to them that moves them through each phase, then you're able to massage your content in your customer experience or your viewer experience. And you're able to make sure it's aligned with moving people through the phases. Okay. So again, making sure you always have, even if you're the plumber and you're the only person, then you need to hire an answering service, because you're literally underneath the sink and you can't answer your phone fixing, but you want to make sure that that next possible customer is getting a phone call answered. Then make sure you have an answering service. These are the strategic things that I know what's happening. I'm able to put the right things in place to ensure that I'm taking care of these people coming into my world. So hopefully that example makes sense. Now, what if your process is longer than the plumber, right? If your process is longer than the plumber, maybe it's there's more money. Some of these situations where it's more expensive or it's a bigger commitment, big ticket offers, partner deals, coaching programs, those types of things, they require more trust, which unfortunately takes more time. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, right? Depends on how you look at it. So sometimes that process is longer. Okay. And if that process is longer, what does that mean for you? What that means for you is that you need to understand that you need to be showing up. You need to be showing up regularly, consistently, and finding a way that you can nurture these people to keep them hanging out with you. And then eventually when they're ready, then that opportunity will present itself. They've built enough trust over time. They're ready. Right. So there are people like, Luria Petrucci, you have Amy Porterfield, you have Marie Forleo, you've got Tony Robbins, all kinds of people that do these like annual programs. They only launch it once a year, or they have these workshops, these in-person events, and they do them like once a year. They might go on tour and they might have 5 events, but they do it in a season, right? It's not like you can just every day go find a thing and go attend it. They will work all year long, understanding their customer's journey, helping them get ready, helping them by educating them, helping them know what they didn't know. And then they will do what's typically called like a runway, where they will have very strategic content, very strategically aligned, in knowing that they have a launch coming or that they are going to promote something, these big ticket things, these big commitments. What their whole intent is to do 2 things. Get those audience members ready so that they understand that they have a need and that solution could be their need. And then also building trust. So they're building trust so that when it comes time to sell, that they are ready to buy, because they've built this trust over this period of time. And so your content should absolutely be doing that. So if you're one of those people that has a bigger ticket offer, a larger thing, then you need to understand that your content has to align with that. Okay. So you need to be having ways of regularly showing up for people and connecting with them. It could be a membership. It could be one of those free memberships. It could be one of those situations where it's like a Facebook group so that they can join in this community. You show up in there and you are nurturing them over time and hanging out with them, answering their questions, serving them so that when it's time for you to present something, they feel comfortable. They feel comfortable. They're like, I know this person. Yes, I can't wait to work with them. Or, again, I'm using on the online space, the online digital kind of business as one of those examples. Okay. So hopefully that is resonating with y'all. What questions do you have? I definitely want to answer some questions. So again, software applies, right? There's so many things. So Doug's saying, I trust StreamYard enough to pay for it because they earned my trust by having a reliable product when I was using it for free. So this is a great example. So the free solution that StreamYard provides is their helping strategy. That's part of their helping strategy. They are giving you a solution to use for free and you are getting to use it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this thing is so awesome. I love it. And when you're ready to upgrade, you are going to upgrade because you've been using this tool because they've been helping you and you've gotten results from it. So this whole helping strategy in your content applies across all kinds of businesses and, online influencers, online personalities, right? Okay. So I do love that point. So I thought I saw a question really quick, really fast. Ooh, Doug, I also like Gerald Undone. He's awesome. Okay. If you guys have questions, I definitely would like for you to, if you have questions about today's content, post those in the comments with a Q in front of it, please. So definitely keep your support questions, your upgrade questions, all that. Go to the StreamYard website. All those answers are there about how much it costs and all those things. If you need help, if you need support, definitely reach out to our support team or the StreamYard support team. They are fantastic and they can definitely help you out for sure. So do that for sure. Okay. Let me look here. All right, here we go. So I want to know if you have questions. If you have questions, let me know about this whole strategy. How does it apply to you? I also want to know from you if it makes sense when I say align your content to the journey. And let me go back to my slide so I can talk about that a little bit because sometimes that is where people get a little bit lost. Oh, see, there you go. Creator Classroom said the support team's fantastic. They really are. Okay, let me show this again. Okay, what do I mean by aligning your content? Okay. Again, know where you are, understand the whole position, the whole point of what you're trying to do and where you're trying to get people to go. Eventually, you are trying to get people here, right? So, one of the things that I always like to remind people is you have to be able to meet people. These are good questions coming in. Fantastic. Keep them coming. I'll get to your questions. 100%. Okay. I think we're just going to go ahead and put somebody in timeout. Sorry. So what I mean by this is, wait, what was I saying? I got distracted. Hold on. Meet people where they are. My point of this is that, let's say, for example, you, I'll just say, I don't do this, but I'm just going to say it. Website development services. Let's say that's your thing, right? 2 weeks ago, I got on the stream and we talked about a lot of things that need to be done. One of the things I talked about was a website, and many people, as predicted, were like, I don't have a website, don't have a website, don't have a website, don't have a website, don't have a website. Anyone who's creating content, even if you just feel like you're a YouTuber, you should have a website because that is ultimately the hub of your business. It's the hub of where things happen. But what I'm getting at is that I was saying that, and I talked about that on the last show, and I gave a lot of reasons why everybody should have a website. So if I were a web developer or a web person, I would probably spend a lot of time in my content talking about the benefits of having a website, why you need to have a website, how it's really not as expensive as it used to be to have a website. Your whole point in this is to educate your customers and letting them know what they don't know, because how can you sell website services when people aren't convinced that they need a website? So the point of that is that you need to be spending some time in your content getting people to a place where they know enough to know that what you do and sell is actually a viable option that they might need. So again, going back to the example of my friend Amy Porterfield, she does she spends a lot of time in her content talking about the benefits and reasons why you need to have an email list. Well, she also has a list building society course. Well, she can't just talk about how great her course is all the time because she's got to educate people on why they need an email list. So she talks about the importance of email lists. She talks about case studies about the benefits and what you get out of having an email list. So she spends a lot of her time in her free content educating people and convincing them that they need this, because they do. People don't always know what they need. They know what they want, but they don't always know what they need. So many times we have to give them what they want so that they can learn about what they need. And so that's what a lot of the content in your helping strategy should be about. The other thing is that you sometimes have to demystify things, or you have to bust myths. And what I mean by that is, for example, there is a myth out there, oh, getting a website, it's so expensive. It is not expensive. It used to be expensive. It is not expensive. And there are so many easy website builders out there now that it is not hard to have a website. It is so much easier. Same thing like streaming. It is so much easier to create amazing videos than it used to be because of solutions like StreamYard. They make it easy for us. Canva. What did Canva do to the marketer? What did Canva do to the small business? It made it so much easier for them to create their own marketing content and graphics and everything else because it's just different than it used to be. So again, what myths do you maybe need to bust? There was someone in a coaching call I was in this morning, and he was talking about crypto. He's a crypto business person. He has to spend a lot of his time demystifying crypto because it's still very mysterious to people, and there's still a lot of people that are very skeptical. So again, this is about understanding your audience. Where are they in the journey? How can your content massage them down? Because people might discover you and it's like, oh, crypto, I'm not into crypto. But if they discover you and you have this content that sort of like future paces them and shows them the possibilities, well, now they're interested. So they're going to do some research, and then they're going to get intrigued, and then there's going to be an opportunity. So that's the whole point, right? So I see some questions coming in, which is fantastic, but I hope that makes sense. Your content needs to align with where your audience is on that journey, and your content is going to build relationships. It's going to build trust. It's going to nurture them. And it's going to, as I always like to say, massage them down into the next phase of that list. Right. And so that's definitely one of those things that I don't think people, I still see often that people in their content, they're either doing what's fun, they're having fun, and they're never making an ask. They're never really promoting themselves or asking for people to really get to that. They're never presenting the opportunity. And that's the other thing, is you have to present the opportunity. You have to make the ask, whether it's subscribe to my channel, join my Facebook group, buy my course, sign up for my webinar, DM me for a one-on-one consultation where I can give you a proposal for coaching, whatever it is, come to my store, check out my products. You have to present them with the opportunity because it's just not obvious enough for people. And so that's really important for sure. So, and then they will have that decision. And if they trust you, then they're going to move forward, right? So La Diosa says, I agree. The content needs to be in alignment. There you go. Okay. All right. I see some questions. I want to get to these questions really quick so that I can take care of y'all. So let's see. Canva. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Let me see here. There you go. Look at this. This is super fun. This is a perfect example of discovery. So Winged Horse Design says, I found the creator classroom here in StreamYard. Her videos and lives about thumbnails helped me improve my thumbnails. So I subscribed to her. There you have it. Perfect. Okay. Love that. Love when people are discovering each other, especially in the comments. Okay. Let me get back up to, ooh, there's a question. Okay. My mouse is like getting all wonky on me. Sorry, I didn't do the timeout sooner, everybody. Maybe they'll go away because I'm not sure that's a real viewer. Okay. Come on, mouse. Don't do this to me now. Let me close this PowerPoint because I've been having some funky computer issues lately. End show. Close. Been having some resource issues, I think. Something's going on. Hopefully I don't sound like a robot like that's been happening lately. Okay. Questions. All right. Let's see. So the Cricket Forum says, what's your opinion on affiliate marketing? Okay. There are a couple of meanings when I think of affiliate marketing. There's two that I'll talk about. One is affiliate marketing, like network marketing or multi-level marketing. I hope that gnat is a sign that spring is coming. Network marketing, multi-level marketing, that is also sometimes referred to as affiliate marketing, because that person who might be selling that skincare or selling those vitamins or whatever, they are technically an affiliate of the company. So they are really advocating for the company, and they are helping customers make transactions. And then they're basically getting a commission or an affiliate fee for that. So there's that style of marketing. What's my opinion on that? I think it's great. I think while sometimes the methods of MLMs give MLMs a bad name, meaning some of them are a bit spammy, some of them are a bit inauthentic, many of them are not. I actually think, one, it's a great option for people to have a side gig and to make money, make great money, especially if it's a product they believe in and they love. I personally love network marketing models. There are some that aren't as good as others, but I definitely agree with it. But I think what the Cricket Forum is asking about is the other version of affiliate marketing, which is to have affiliates. You basically, if you have a coaching program, if you have an online course, if you have anything, and somebody else helps sell your product because they advocated for it, that they get a little cut, right? So for example, StreamYard, if you are a StreamYard user, you all get a referral code. You all have a referral code, which can, if somebody uses your referral code and they sign up with your link that you gave them, they will get a credit and you will get a credit into your account. And so that's also a version of affiliate marketing. What's my opinion on it? I think it's fantastic. I think that it has to be done with a certain amount of balance. It goes back to, you can't just be promoting stuff, even something that's not yours. If people don't trust you and you're always promoting, then you're not helping. You, as long as you have a helping strategy and whatever you're advocating for is aligned, then yes, you should do it. For example, on my channel, I talk about live video. I talk about personal marketing. I talk about authenticity a lot, personal branding, all those types of things. I talk about tech and gear. If I randomly just showed up and started talking about my favorite tape dispenser from wherever, Staples, I would sound like a walking commercial. And y'all would be like, what is she talking about? What is she doing right now? Drives me crazy. I hate listening to a podcast that's about, something, and then all of a sudden they do a little interrupt in the middle of the podcast, and it is about a product. It's about like underwear or something. It's like about nothing has anything to do with what I'm listening to. You have totally just interrupted my brain power. You are literally like a commercial on my favorite show that just popped in right when it got good. Like right when Chip and Joanna Gaines are about to reveal the house on Fixer Upper. And then they always say, are you ready to see your new home? Blah, 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 blah. And then boop, goes the commercial. That's how I feel in that moment. That is not how we want to make our viewers, our listeners. We don't want to make them feel that way. So as long as it's related, then I love it. I absolutely think it's a great strategy. So that's my thought on that for sure. Hopefully that's resonating with y'all. So, okay. Yes, exactly. So SmackDown says only promote what you believe in, right? Love it. Okay. All right. I see more questions coming in. Definitely going to get to these. Also see some strange comments coming in too. Okay. All right. Let me scroll back up. I'm going to get back to. Okay. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Great. You guys have lots of questions. I'm going to turn that banner off because we eventually will run out of time. So, Alistair Barton, I love this question. How much is too much to give away for free? Where do you know to draw the line? This is a fantastic question. So we were talking about, you should have free content. Your free content. This YouTube stream is a free piece of content for you, right? The ultimate goal for streamers is to help people do great streams, but they also ultimately want to help people so that they use their product. That's the ultimate goal. I mean, they're a business, right? But you got to give free content out there. So how much is too much? I mean, I personally think this. If you're only doing free stuff all the time and you're never promoting anything, then know that strategy is okay. But that time, that every ounce of time you put into the free stuff is, an investment. So you have to make sure that you're getting a return on your investment. So there's that. So that doesn't really answer the question, but how much is too much? There's a delicate balance of, you don't want to give all your that people say, you don't give all your best stuff away for free. Make sure people have room to buy that from you. I actually think that that's a terrible way to think about it, because all of the stuff you talk about, it depends on your product. So let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me back up. So it depends on your product. It depends on the investment you make in the free stuff. Okay. So, like, there are ways that you can give free samples away, right? But if you give away 10 free samples and if they buy one thing and it's like it pays for all those samples, then those 10 samples were fine. But if those 10 samples cost a lot of money and if they only buy one thing, and that's likely what's going to happen, and then you don't end up making a lot of money because you gave away too much product, that's not a good idea. You need to give away less samples, right? In the world of content, if you are a coach, a course creator, if you're trying to get subscribers, if you're trying to get people to invest in your membership, things like that, you really can't give away too much, because what people are investing in is the roadmap. If they're buying a course from you, this is something that course creators struggle with a lot. They're like, my online course, all my content ideas are things in my course. Well, great. Because if they liked what you said in the free content, they're probably going to love what you did in the course, right? The other thing is that you always have to remember, when people invest in coaching or one-on-one services, or they invest in, let's say you're an interior designer and your channel is telling them how to do all the design stuff themselves. You're building trust because they appreciate that you're helping them, but they're going to get overwhelmed and they're going to basically give up and say, can you please just come do this for me? Right. And then when you show up and you start walking them through what's going to happen, they actually already are pretty familiar with the process because you've been giving away that process for free. But now they're paying you to do it for them. So again, there's all these different ways to look at it. I think that 90% of the time, how much is too much? There really isn't such a thing as too much. I personally believe that, but it all depends on your specific business model, your specific, scenario and all that. Let's see. Can the panel where the name is written be customized? I think it's too big. The panel where the name, I think what he means is this right here. Is that what you mean? Can it be customized? That cannot be customized, but hold on. I'm actually curious. There's now the new headline. Let's try this. Show headlines. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you could do the headline, which, oh my gosh, I forget where the headline is. How do I edit the headline? Oh boy. I feel like the battery on my mouse is like going dead. So, okay, hold on. So what I'm doing is, oh my Lord, come on, mouse. Don't do this to me. I actually think this is a Chrome thing. Okay, I forget where you edit I don't know. You could just do the headline if you wanted to. That is how I would recommend you do it. But, you can't just show the headline. Never mind. See how it has that headline right there underneath, right? Really, if I were crazy, I'd say headline. Headline is always bigger. That's a little bit of a subline, but whatever. They don't ask me those questions at StreamYard. They just go for it. You can now do this little headline thing underneath your name, which is smaller than the name. I was thinking maybe you could just show the headline and not the name, but it looks like the headline does not show unless the name is being shown. So you cannot customize that. There's your answer. PP Tar says, is it possible to broadcast live from my StreamYard to my website? Yes. In fact, I think you were asking about the on-air feature as well. You could do it with that feature, or you could do it in a weird way, which is you could stream to YouTube, and then you can take that embed code from YouTube and you could put that onto your whatever page you wanted to put it to on your website. That's one way you could do it as well. So, interesting question. Okay, this is a really cool idea. So, Church of One, Body of Christ. That's a mouthful, by the way. I want to do a giveaway to keep people coming back, but can StreamYard have that as a thing we can click on instead of emailing to get a link? To get a link. I thought I knew what you're asking, but I actually am not sure what you're asking. Unfortunately, Church of One Body of Christ. So the giveaway tool, StreamYard.com/giveaway. That is a website that you would share to your screen to show the giveaway, to show who won. the missing element there is that you have to then give that user, that viewer, a way to contact you so that you can fulfill the giveaway, right? So there's that. So that's kind of one of those things that is a little tricky. It would be cool if there was a way you could like it could automatically like DM them or something so that it sends them a link to say something, but that isn't part of it. But I don't think that's what you're asking. I actually am not sure what you're asking. I'm sorry. Usually I'm pretty good at deciphering your questions, even if they're cryptic. But yeah. All right, real fast. The camera I'm using is a Sony ZV-E10. The reason it has this beautiful blurry background is because I am using an upgraded lens. It is the Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4 f-stop lens, and that's what I'm using. It's going into an A10 mini, which is essentially the capture card method. There are lots of videos about ways that you can use DSLR cameras or mirrorless cameras to get this awesome effect. But StreamYard now does have the blurred background, virtual background that you can use if you don't have that and you want to use something different, a little bit less expensive. Okay, Kat says, does YouTube promote live streams on the live tab when you go through StreamYard or only if you go through YouTube? Okay, so no, so when you schedule a stream using StreamYard and you pick YouTube as a destination, it is going to essentially StreamYard is essentially publishing that live broadcast on behalf of you. So it's still going through all the same avenues. So it still gets promoted the same way on YouTube. Nothing is different. The viewer experience is the same. It's just that StreamYard is the tool that is essentially creating the video, right? So they're scheduling it on the behalf of you doing it yourself, and then it's streaming and pushing that content out. But YouTube would still promote it the same way as in that regard if you schedule it ahead of time. All right, DeWitt, Tim, 3D Canada. DeWitt, his name is Tim. I like to try to remember people's real names. You said a YouTuber should have a website. Is a simple landing page talking about your channel and a link to it sufficient? Okay, it could be. I just really truly believe that your website needs to be that additional piece of telling the story. So, for example, if I go to your YouTube channel, there's not a lot of ways for me to really learn about you. Yeah, there's that little about tab if I decide to click on it, but it's like it's not very visual. You don't really have a lot of control. YouTube could take that tab away any day because YouTube is controlling everything. And so when you do a website, you are controlling, you are designing it, you have control over all the things, the experience that you're creating for someone who comes to your site. Is a simple landing page enough? I mean, it could be. It depends on where you are and what you're trying to convey. But I definitely think that, we also talked about email marketing. I believe everyone should be considering building an email list as well. We talked about all of that. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's a good place to start, but I think you should strive to have a bit more of a robust website. Okay. A little bit more of a robust website. Alistair says, do a giveaway now to demo it. Winky face. Okay. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. We'll do a giveaway. We can do a giveaway. All right. Let me see if I can find maybe one more question to see if I can answer one more question, right? Da, 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 la, la. I feel like there's got to be one more awesome question in here that I can grab. Oh, wait, hold on. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not a real question. Ooh, look at this. Okay, let's just try this. So if you wanted that smaller thing, this is such a great idea. Usually I come up with these scrappy creative ideas. Okay, let me go in here. All right. I'm doing exactly that. All right. Moment of truth. Did it work? It did. Oh, but it puts a little dash right there. So I did a space for my name, and then the headline is Melanie Dyann Howe. So but it does put that little dash right there. I like it. Scrappy, creative. Yeah, I'm scrappy. Don't be stealing my mojo here. I love it. That's super fun. Okay, we're gonna do a giveaway. We're definitely gonna do a giveaway. I wanted to find one more really good question though before we did that, but I got distracted by that awesome tip that now my thing is stuck at. All right, let me fix that. There you go. That's my thing. There we go. Okay. All All right, we're just going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway, and today's giveaway is going to be, you are going to want to, oh, let me put it up on screen. Sorry. Let me get your word for the day. All right. Not a sexy word, but it's a word. Alignment. I want you to put hashtag alignment, and we are going to do a giveaway. So start typing that in right now. Hashtag alignment. Right there it is. Put that in there. I'll get the giveaway up. We'll do a quick giveaway today. We are going to make this fun. There we go. I had to pull it up. So StreamYard.com/giveaway, by the way, everybody, is how you do that. I will demo it right now because I feel like still a lot of people don't realize that this thing is here for you. All of you users, it is here for you. So let me get this to be a little easier to read. Giveaway tool. So if you go to StreamYard.com/giveaway, I'm on my StreamYard team. I will choose the broadcast, which is this one right now where we are live. I'm going to type in alignment because that is the word I asked you to use. And I'm going to start collecting comments. And it's going to show me that I have 24 entries. And that number will go up as more of you type it. Now, you don't need to type it more than once. Typing it once gets you entered into the giveaway. Okay. So typing it once gets you entered in the giveaway. You don't need to do it more than once. That is definitely something I always like to say because people sometimes think if they type it in more than once, they get more entries, but that's not the case. So, okay. So while I give that about one more minute to collect entries, and I will do today, we will do, let me put that in the comment as well. Okay, got it. All right. This is going to be for a $25 gift card to the StreamYard swag shop. All right. So you'll be able to buy whatever you want. That'll be easy. That's what we've been doing lately. So a couple more, about 10 more seconds. We got a question. That's what I want to use as a simpler way, Melanie, please and thank you. Okay. Yes, I got you. Now, so yes, you were talking about the same thing. I think there's a great suggestion that you should go to StreamYard.com/contact, fill out the form and give them that idea about making that whole transaction a little easier. So, all right, here we go. Outside the Box says, let's find out who the lucky one is today. We are going to draw. Let's go. Boom. All right. So there you go. Now you see how easy this is to use. Every single StreamYard user gets this. So every StreamYard user has the giveaway tool. Tim, he 9. He won. He is the winner. Tim, have you won before? You're always in our shows. I feel like you've been in these shows 1,000 times. So super cool. So Tim is the winner. And so Tim, you are going to send an email to marketing@StreamYard.com. I will let them know that you are going to be on the way. So Tim, definitely, there we go. Make sure he knows he won. Yes. Thank you, Career Classroom. I believe you are result never. There you go. So congrats. There you go. You are the winner. So you get a gift card. So again, what I was saying is that every StreamYard user gets that tool. That tool is free to everybody. So if you're even on a free plan, you get to use that giveaway tool. You can use that giveaway tool to give things away. You can also use that giveaway tool to pick people. If you watch Dee Nimmin and Daniel Batal, they're on every third Saturday. They do basically channel reviews. They use this. That's what they use to basically randomly draw whoever they're going to do a review of. So what their show is about is they have people put in the comments that they want to be entered into this so that they have their channel reviewed live. And then they use that tool to select whose channel they're then going to go pull up on screen and basically do a live review of. So it doesn't have to be a giveaway. Well, they're giving away free consulting, right? So you can use it in so many ways. Get very creative with it and have a lot of fun. So Tim, congrats to you again today, and super glad that you were back on the show today. So, all right, everybody, this was super fun. I will be back again. In 2 weeks. Let me take that banner down because that is just not the way we want to get out of there, right? So today we talked about understanding the customer journey. And I know it was a little bit like being in a marketing classroom a little bit, but the reason why I wanted to make sure that you all understood the journey is because we're going to talk a little bit more about the journey, but we're going to also talk about a couple of ways that you can get very strategic with deciding what you're going to talk about and when you're going to talk about it. Because it's not enough to just come up with a big list of ideas for streams and content, but then just randomly go live about whatever you want. You can align that in an order that makes sense to whatever you're doing in your business. So we're going to talk a little bit about that next time. And then I'm also, hopefully by the next show, I will be able to tell you about some upcoming guests that I'm going to be having on the show as well. So again, this show is about marketing and maximizing your marketing so that, using live video, but also what else can you be doing to support all your efforts? Why are you even going live in the first place, right? And so I want to be here to help you create better live streams and get more out of those live streams with all the other things on the outside, the fringe benefits of other things. So we're going to be talking about podcasting. We're going to be talking about repurposing your live videos. We're going to be talking about how to create a really good guest experience for your live streams, and what kind of guests to do, and how to pick a good guest, and how to prepare a guest, like all those things. All that stuff's coming in upcoming shows. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have some special guests to help me with the channel and to do those fun things. So really loved having everybody here today. Definitely appreciate y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. And I just want to say thank you. And I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. All right, everybody. Bye.